So I made this modern farmhouse desk. This was an easy and cheap build. It took me about a day to make it, and on this video I would like to show you step by step how I made it. And at the end of this video I will let you know exactly what I purchased and how much I spent on the material. I went to my local store and purchased 2x4s and a sheet of birch plywood. I asked a worker to cut the sheet of plywood for me so that I could be able to make it fit in the trunk of my car. I started by building the base of the desk. Right here are the measurements. I like cutting the ends of the 2x4s. Once I finished cutting all the pieces of the base, I drilled pocket holes underneath these pieces. After that, I sanded everything with 80 grit followed by 120 grit sandpaper. Then I joined the legs of the base using glue and 2-inch pocket hole screws. I joined this part of the base to this distance. I used a damp rag to clean the excess of the glue. I also checked to make sure that everything was square. After I finished the legs, I joined the rest of the base. And to do this, I flipped it upside down to facilitate the process. This is the distance for this piece. I positioned the base sideways to be able to join the 2x4. For the final piece of the base, this is the distance. This is how the base looks after being put together. Now for the top, these are the measurements. Since I had the top pre-cut at my local home center, I only had to do one more cut at home. To cover the sides of the plywood, I used this Birch pre-glued veneer edge banding. I used my iron to heat up the glue on the veneer. I also used some scissors to cut the extra. Then I slightly sanded the edges of the veneer with 120 grit sandpaper. Once all the veneer was put in place, I sanded the entire top with 120, followed by 180, and 320 grit sandpaper. After the sanding was done, I used pre-stained wood conditioner before staining the top. Try to follow the directions of the product for better results. Then I stained the top with the color espresso. Then I use a dry clean rag to wipe out the excess. This is how it looks with only one pass. You can use as many passes as you want, but try to follow the directions of the product for better results. I used a total of 3 passes. Once the stain had penetrated the wood and it was dry, I slightly sanded the top with 400 grit sandpaper. And then I used a protected clear gloss finish. For the base, I painted it white with a high gloss finish paint and primer from my local home center, and I put a total of 3 passes. I also insert these furniture glides on the bottom of the legs. And finally, I screwed the top of the base, leaving a 1-inch gap from the side of the base to the side of the top. This is the material that I needed for the project and how much it cost me. And that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for checking it out. I hope you liked it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you thought this was valuable. Until next time.